Thank you very much, and thank you for the invitation to join today. We must be the odd man out, or the odd person out, being a house builder amongst the bankers, and it's quite an interesting education experience for me, which we talked all about education earlier on. But I thought that I'd start by trying to put our business in the context of what you're here to discuss over these last 2 days. Being the financial markets, and in particular the capital markets. So it's interesting that in a way the capital markets and we are competitors in some regards. We're an alternative asset class as a real estate developer, and we heard earlier on about the propensity of investors, and particularly local and regional investors, to invest in real estate as something that they're familiar and comfortable with, and less so these days, but hopefully soon to a greater extent, the more kind of fluid capital market trading that everybody hopes will eventually be possible within the country. So we're kind of an interesting partner to the capital markets industry. We're more involved really in the debt market, I suppose, from an active perspective, because we do engage in commercial borrowing to pursue our business objectives. But we're also involved in 2 other kind of self-contained ecosystems, which I'll explain in a few minutes. I mean, as a business, we probably are known, for very much for the development of luxury housing and marina berths in Tivat. But over the years, and in particular since 2016, when the business was acquired by the Investment Corporation of Dubai, we now sit in the context of a trillion AED assets under management fund, sovereign wealth fund in Dubai. We're a portfolio company within that, and that has profound effects on everything that we do, and consequently, I think, our engagement with the financial markets and the capital markets. So yes, we do build luxury housing. Yes, we do develop super yacht berths. But increasingly, the business has matured, and we are now an exporter to an extent that people probably don't realise, in so much as we now have a shipyard over at Biella, and we're undertaking the manufacture and refurbishment of super yacht repair and refit, which is an export business. And recently we started to export our expertise developed in Montenegro with Montenegro labour and staff members, as we took over and are in the process of taking over the management of 3 new marinas in Dubai, large marinas, two on the Palm in Dubai, and 1 on the new Dubai Islands development. So we're also made up of kind of, I suppose, 4 parts. One, which is the historic development business, which is where everything started, taking brownfield land in the shape of the former Arsenal shipyard, and developing that into luxury homes and marina. Increasingly, as time goes by, we obviously have a growing trading company, because we develop and sell residential property and we retain all the commercial property. So we become operators of multiple hotels, landlords of bars and restaurants, and many other kind of activities associated with what we've created and kept. We also now have a shipyard business, and now the overseas marina management business, which is very much grown out of the expertise developed domestically here. So we are an ecosystem, and from a financial perspective, we finance our activities both from the proceeds of our own work in the local ecosystem of that group of companies and operations that I've just described,